not very many people want to play Assassin right now, but the damage is there. It can be done. Assassin does tremendous damage, and you'll rip through a subtlety rogue if you get a good open on him, because he can't get away from you quite as easy as you can get away from him. Let's jump right into it. I'm running Master Poisoner, Subterfuge, Vigor, Elusiveness, Prey on the Weak, Toxic Blades, and Venom Rush. This is the one-shot macro. It's going to be slash cast sequence, reset equal target, cheap shot, comma, Garrote, comma, Rupture, comma, Kingsbane, comma, Toxic Blade, comma, Envenom, Mutilate, Envenom, and then put slash cast Vendetta at the bottom. And the reason why you don't put it in the cast sequence is if you'll watch Vendetta when I span Phantom Knives. See, it's not got that global. Like if you watch Kingsbane when I do it, see how it's got a global? Well, Vendetta don't. So if you put it in there in the cast sequence, you're pretty much just making it have a global when it doesn't have one. So just put slash cast Vendetta at the bottom and it works. I'm going to show you on the target dummy here the opener damage the assassination can do with just this simple little macro. And then I'm going to show you some tips and tricks. Oops, I hit the macro. I hit the target dummy. I'll show you some tips and tricks of how to improve it in different areas of the game. So here we go. We're going to test the macro. See it put Vendetta on it. And if you'll look at the damage, it's spiked, 3 million open with no pot, no potion, none of that. Just absolutely will kill anybody in the opener with that. And all you got to do is spam it. Now, this is not a macro for arenas. Don't try to use it in there. This is not a macro for serious gameplay. This is not, you're not going to get this macro and try to push Gladiator or anything. This is simply a macro for World PvP. If you want to play Assassin and you don't want to play sub, this is a macro that you can use to pretty much kill anybody if you got good gear. I'm running for World PvP. I like the shoulders and I like the pants. I've got several other legendaries, but the pants and the shoulders are by far my favorite. If you don't have the shoulders, there is a follower that will allow you to hit that buff. Let me get to the followers. I'll show you another little trick. Let's see. Which follower was it? Oh. Master Mathis Shaw. This little buff he gives you, you can do it every 1 minute. It says summon Mathis Shaw to provide intelligence on your enemies. It'll actually give you a crit buff similar to the shoulders. So if you don't have the shoulders, you can run this follower and use his buff, and then you'll get the crit buff. The shoulders, I think, last 5 seconds. Yeah, the shoulders last for 5 seconds after leaving stealth. The Mathis Shaw one is only 3 seconds, but it's better than nothing. If you do have the shoulders, then I'll show you the next follower to run. The next follower to run is this guy. This follower right here for World PvP is awesome. The Seal of the Ravenholt, you dispatch him. It's a 3-minute cooldown, and it'll half-life almost everybody. Almost any target will be half-lifed. It says that it takes the target all the way down to 10%, but it has reduced effect against players and bosses. So it takes about, on average, I've gotten it to take about 45 to 40% of a player's health. So right when you open, you can hit your macro, hit Seal of the Ravenholt, and just drop them. And with Assassination, since it's different than Subtlety, your damage don't stop if they get away from you. Because you've got Vendetta, you got all your bleeds on them, you're going to be rocking them. Another little tip and trick, let me open my map because I'm not over there. On Argus, when you go there, there's different little buffs, but they have one that's the Shroud of Concealment or whatever. It's the Shroud buff. If you pop it before you run your deal, you'll do 100% more damage, but you have to be on Argus for that to work. That's why I didn't include it in the video, because this is going to be just a general for all around PvP and not just for setting on Argus. But one more time, we'll run the macro, and you can watch the SCADA here, and you can see the damage just roll, man. If they're not dead by the time you complete that macro, then you probably don't have the gear to be world PvP. And also the follower. I mean, the followers, they're huge. A lot of people don't even know about this guy, Lord Ravenholt here. This move right here will destroy people. And then, like I said, if you don't have the shoulders, Mathis Shawls will give you the buff for the shoulders. And if you don't have the shoulders, this is the better follower to run instead of him. If you have the shoulders, run him. But alright guys, that's going to end the little one-shot guide. And I hope y'all enjoy and keep ganking shit.